Welcome, fans and collectors. This is Marvel and DC 379 with another review, and today we'll be looking at Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Legends Class Skrapnel, or Shrapnel, or even Sharpshot. No matter what you call them, Hasbro always lose the trademarks to various names to various characters. So let's get into the package. Here's the absolutely beautiful artwork of the character. I love the action pose with the gesture with his hand. The Autobot logo, Generations. Here's the figure in packaging. Transformers across, Power of the Primes, Skrapnel. Here's the Decepticon logo, so you know which side he's on. Although the Insecticons have always been on their side. Skrapnel, Power of the Primes, Hasbro, ages 4 and up in different languages too. There's a side right there. And a quick bio. Blasts enemies with jolts of electricity. I love it. Short, sweet, and to the point. And it comes in other languages too. Power of the Primes, here's the product shot, warning, Hasbro, authentic, because this is not a knockoff. Okay, so that's about it for packaging. Now let's get into the figure. So here is Skrapnel in his alternate mode. Let's take a 360 look. The Insecticons are, well, clearly insect themed, and from the mandibles, I would assume this is some type of stag beetle. The colors and proportions aren't exactly realistic, but then again, they're not meant to be. And speaking of colors, they're fantastic. It's consistent, they're nice. It's purple, black, yellow here, and yellow for, I guess you could say these are vents, and gray for the mandibles. I mean, the mandibles are a dull gray plastic, but that's the only dull thing. Everything else is just bright and vivid. And you can clearly see a Decepticon symbol right there. The undercarriage isn't too bad. The only thing that's bad are these visible arms. But you're not going to look at Skrapnel underneath anyway. And my complaint with the kibble is that the arms don't tab in anywhere, unfortunately. And the insect legs aren't articulate whatsoever. The yellow vents, they're nice, but you could see a bit of black seeping through because bright colored paint doesn't always work on dark colored plastic, unfortunately. So that's bound to happen. And for a quick comparison, here he is with G1 Bombshell. So they look great together. Okay, so that's about it. Let's get into his robot mode. So here is Skrapnel in his robot mode. And I love how the color scheme is still maintained even in robot mode. The purple, the black, the bits of yellow like on the sides of his legs and on his chest. And you can see on his chest there's that Decepticon logo again. And there's incredible detail, like if you see where I'm pointing at, there's these little vents or panel lines. So that's really nice surface detailing. I mean, Skrapnel, he is a beetle, so he's bound to have beast mode kibble. I mean, it's unfortunate, but Transformers with animal modes or beast modes, that's bound to happen. They're never going to have perfect robot modes. Even the current masterpiece Beast Wars figures, there's still some kibble here and there, either in robot mode or in beast mode. So this is completely understandable. So let's take a look at his head sculpt. It's hard to see because of the black helmet, but there's actually two shades of gray. There's a darker shade of gray for his face and a lighter shade of gray for his visor. That kind of gives it a nice shine. So I like that. It breaks up nicely too. Onto articulation. There's a swivel head, but these mandibles, they don't get in the way, so he can still look left and right. The mandibles can go up and down, mostly due to transformation, ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbow, nothing for the waist, ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed knees, and hinged ankles. So it's mostly ball joints and hinges and swivels, but it works out nicely, especially with a figure this size. Now, onto accessories. He does come with a collector card, and I do have some of these already, and I like them. They're kind of like little trading cards, and I like trading cards. But for the figure himself, sadly, he doesn't come with any weapons or accessories. This is my major gripe with Legends class Transformers, which is why I don't buy a lot of them. They almost never have any weapons or accessories. No guns, no swords. I mean, okay, there is a Transformer subline. I believe it's Thrilling 30 with Legends class figures that have a little target master that kind of serves as their weapon to accommodate it. Or sometimes some Legends class figures have like an molded in gun or weapon. Sometimes they look integrated. But this is why I don't buy Legends figures too often. But then again, this is Skrapnel or Shrapnel or Sharpshot, whatever you want to call him. And he shoots bolts of electricity. Even the package said so. So this is a toy. Use your imagination. Just imagine him shooting lightning out of his hands. Okay, so that's about it. Now let's get into size comparisons. So here is Skrapnel with his fellow Decepticons. And if you noticed with my setup, I actually did have them with smallest to biggest, and I did do that on purpose. So Skrapnel with Bombshell. Bombshell, he's a bit taller, but I think the scale can still work because the modern Insecticons, the Legends class figures, they're approximately the same size as their G1 counterparts, which I do like because the Insecticons are meant to be small anyway. And you notice that Thunderwing, I almost said Dreadwing, Thunderwing is meant to be taller than both of them, like just a bit. Soundwave is in the middle ground, and Leader Class Megatron is the tallest, as he should be because he is the leader of the Decepticons. So my final thoughts, there's a lot of pros to this figure, especially more than cons, because I love both the robot and the insect mode, the beautiful colors, and the articulation is really good for this size. However, where there's pros, there are cons, but the pros still outweigh the cons. I mean, the bits of yellow right here, since they're painted on a dark color, it doesn't look right, unfortunately, because bright colors on dark plastic don't always look good. Also, Legends class figures almost never have weapons, but if you don't care for weapons, then that's not a problem for you. And, well, I think that's about it for pros and cons. And I definitely recommend this figure, especially if you're a fan of the Insecticons. Because I know I am. I just love insects, even as a kid. And of course, I love Transformers, so yeah. This has been it, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next. So until then, till all are one. Ew, a bug. This will take care of ya.